defensively union of the 1973 class. That's the 1973 football team, and that was the first team of legendary coach Willie Jefferson, who's seated right here. I'm happy to be serving as the MC, but from the Willie Jefferson archives, I'm a little disappointed because I wasn't the first choice. You know, the committee talking about, bringing some big time guy in, speak them $10 words, but of course, he wasn't available. And then they said, well, let's just get us a famous person, world renowned, and he coming wild with people, like Vice President Kamala Harris wasn't available either. So let's get us a good athlete, somebody who everybody knows, but LeBron, of course, wasn't available. So one lady on the committee, a little frustrated with the process, said, look, I'm tired of this. Let's just give us a good-looking MC. And of course, he couldn't make it either. But we certainly are glad to have all of you here. This is really a special occasion. We had so much interest in this program that we had to move it from another location, and we're glad that all of you are here to honor and salute this 1973 football team, which was one of the best teams we ever had, and we're glad you're here. Now I want to call on one of our steering committee members, Alvin Fraser, to come up and welcome you. And following that, we have James Walker with the nickname Sweetback. We got a lot of nicknames, Sweetback, Bushead, Whirlpool Boss, a lot of them. So come on up, Alvin, and Officer Walker, and then we'll have the invocation by Reverend James Walker, and then greeting by Coach Buddy Pugh, who's wearing 2 hats today. And of course, as the president made it yet, Colonel, okay, all right.
Boy, we got a good-looking crowd out there tonight. Even some of the guys are dressed up. Isn't that well, my job is to welcome you here tonight. And we are very thankful that you didn't find that it was robbery to come out and reunite with your teammates and then the other people that are visiting with us tonight. We thank you for coming out. We thank you for your commitment, your hard work. It all stemmed from the 1973 team, but we started a dynasty of winning here in South Carolina State.
Yes, all right.
We started the ball rolling. We started the ball rolling, and it didn't stop yet. And we were very thankful we were able to get a good-looking young man. That's something you don't know. He used to be a pitcher. He used to throw some kind of dart ball. But then we found out he knew a lot about football, and that's the legendary coach Willie Jefferson, who took this motley group, gave us discipline, showed us how to execute, and showed us what determination was like, and said even though we were small, we will be in better shape when we outran them all. And we scored, and we played defense, and we shut them out, and we became dominant as the spoilers for everybody at home. But I'm here to say thank you because it couldn't have been done without Coach Jeffries, his staff, Coach Simon, Coach Goodwin, who said, don't cheat your body. Yes, sir. And you couldn't cheat it, but as long as he was watching it, because you knew and I just practiced. But I want to thank you for coming. You've influenced your teammates. Some of us don't look the same. Some of us got a little wider. Some of us got a little narrower. So look to your left, look to your right, raise your hand, wave at your teammates and say, I'm glad to see you here. But if you don't remember, we got pictures around the wall where you try to determine who they are. You ask them.
Greetings to your many teammates. On behalf of South Carolina State University and the Department of Athletics specifically, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to those events this evening. Honoring one of the university's legendary coaches, Coach Willie Jefferson, and the 1973 team, which is celebrating its 50th year anniversary. I am proud to say that I was a member of that team. This evening, however, I am representing the university as its interim athletics director. It is my hope that each of you, my teammates, will enjoy this significant event and be royally entertained. We welcome the opportunity to salute you and your guests this evening, and show our appreciation for your contribution to this great sports legacy here at our alma mater. Again, welcome and enjoy the evening. I will see you a little later in the program. Now, I'm supposed to also recognize our 13th president at this point. I don't think he's here yet, is he? So, at that point, then I'm going to turn the program back over to Mr. Hamilton. You can take from here. Bill.
All right, that's good.
This guy, he played center for the football team, but he was also one of our best pitchers. He was from the upstate, and he went on to be a great coach.
Willie Jefferson.
Who am I? Willie Jefferson. I'm gonna get some of these are not well known. Okay, I'm from Cocoa, Florida. I started 7 games as a freshman. I was quick, hard-nosed, and I came to play. Hey, boy, y'all too sharp for me tonight. I'm gonna get some of these guys that are as well known. Okay. He did a good job in spring practice, has lots of range, hard worker, and should push for a starting job at defensive back, but he came as a quarterback.
Rufus Mays. Yep.
No.
Delta Police.
No. Jerome Johnson. Hey, you got
Came all the way.
William Thompson, one of the guys who got the great nickname Buzzhead, and the one who spearheaded this effort would come and do the case. Then we have team reflection by Donnie Shell, who's a captain on his team. Of course, Harry Carson, they're both Pro Football Hall of Famers. Willie Aiken of the Kansas City Royals, who won the World Series, and of course, head coach Buddy Pugh in that order. Mr. Thompson.
Good evening, everybody. The occasion, several of my teammates contacted me probably at the end of August. We used to get together in Columbia at Mickey Pringle's house. This was his team. And they said, well, you know, we need to do something like that for our team. Now, the 50th anniversary party had not struck me yet. So and that happened to be James Stokes and Reggie Swift. So they asked me if we could put something together to get us together. So I said, well, okay. And I immediately called Coach Jeffries. I said, Coach, we're trying to get together. It's our 50th anniversary. They just put your name on the field. I would like to know if you would want us to do this. And Coach said, yes, I think that would be a wonderful idea. And by the way, while we're doing it, why don't we see if we can raise a little bit of money for the athletic department? So after I had to go ahead, I immediately called my team. I called Alvin Frazier, I called Neely Dunn, I called Larry Madison, I called James Walker, and we had the assistance of a young lady, Trina Brown Lynn. And then we put together a package. And Neely said, well, I'm not going on the field if we don't have over 20 players show up. And I said, I'm not going on the field with a $2,000 check. So we set out and began to contact as many players as we possibly could. We got information from the school, from each other, and I personally called at least 35 players. And all 35 of them are here tonight. It seemed to all come together. Coach Jeffries, our 1973 coach, he planted the seed, he built the foundation, and as Congressman Clyburn said, and I think now we're at 18 championships, and he started in 73, and we're going to keep that going. They put his name on the field. They named the field a couple of years ago, but they finally put his name on the field, so all these things started coming together. Well, in 50 years, we got Coach's name on the field, we're going gonna raise some money. We're gonna go down on the field. We're gonna take a picture with the legendary Coach Willie Jeffries on his name, the team that he started with. And that is why we're here tonight. And I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. And I hope that somebody will see what we're doing and do it again. Thank you, and y'all enjoy yourselves. I'm just out of it based on everybody in here is a friend of mine. And I'm just glad we all came back together one more time. Y'all have a good one.
I said, Barney, we've been knowing each other a long time, man. And I thought about it real hard, and I made the decision. I said, Barney, it's a done deal. But when I got back to my dorm room, I couldn't sleep that night. And so I woke up, and I thought, I said, man, did I make the right decision? So whenever I was confused when I was away from home and at South Carolina State, I would call Coach Jeffries. So I called Coach. He said, sure, come on over, let's discuss it and talk about it. I said, well, Coach, he said, I can go to Houston.
I tell you what, just walking in here and seeing all of these faces is therapeutic. Because once you leave, very seldom you get the opportunity to come back together like this. So, Bushead, you and your crew, putting this whole thing together, I want to commend you for doing so. Some of the guys who are here, you know, we've sort of stereotyped, like Neil, Holiday, you know, a couple of other guys, Donnie. But to be in the presence of all of these guys, once again, it is, I have to say, it is emotional. I'm not going to cry. But it is emotional. Let me just say, I was driving here from Charlotte. I flew from Newark to Charlotte, and then I drove from Charlotte to here, and I was late, not because of negligence on my part. It was other people, you know, getting in the car and everything. Now I'm thinking, am I going to be punished? Go out on the field at 5:30 and roll down the field? Is that going to be my beat when I show up? Somebody's going to say, you're late. I want to see you down at the stadium. No, it's all in fun. And let me just admit, I'm going to try to be as brief as possible, because I have this tendency that when I start talking, I just go on and on and on. But this ain't my night. But let me just say, let me just share a story with you. When I was in the 12th grade, we were going through desegregation of Florence, South Carolina. I had coaches who, they were all white and no black representation. And so we were running sprints, and I'd already had an injury to my knee or ankle or whatever. And the coach yelled something out to me, and he said, Carson, if you can't run any faster than that, get off the field. Why? And it wasn't what he said, it was the tone. And I literally said, okay, I'm getting off the field. So I walked off the field, turned in my uniform and everything. But what I did was, I was cutting my own throat, because I would have had the opportunity to go to some of the other schools, but I was doing what I felt was right, something that was right for me to do. When I quit the team, the assistant principal at my school found out, he said, boy, you should be playing ball for somebody. And so he took me to Greensboro, to North Carolina A&T, and I met with Coach Hornsby Howell, and he offered me a full scholarship. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, I'm going to A&T. Before I left A&T, I met Willie Jeffries. Willie Jeffries is the coach who I met there at North Carolina A&T. He subsequently left A&T, went to Pitt. I came home, I got a letter saying, we ain't got no money. And I'm like, okay. So another teacher stepped up, Dorothy Jo McDuffie, and she said, you need to be playing for somebody. She brought me down here. We went to Deuce Gym and went upstairs with the head coach, James Carson and Ori Banks. James Carson was the defense coordinator. And they gave me a scholarship right off the top. The first two people that I met when I came here was Donnie Shell and Barney Chase. And looking at those guys, it told me this is what commitment is all about. These guys were serious about playing the game, and I wanted to be like that. Truly, I wanted to be like that. And so that rookie year of mine, 1972, we won one game by 1 point.
Yes.
And Owen was fired. And many of the guys who were on the team at that time said, Harry, you should be going up to USC with Coach Banks. And I said, I don't think I want to go. I made the commitment to the university, not to the coach. And so as the luck turned out, Willie Jeffries was being interviewed for a head coaching job, and he got it. And we were sort of reunited because I remember the conversation that we had at A&T. He came here, and all of you who are in this room who played might remember him saying, if we don't win anything, we're going to look good. He wanted us to look good. And so that was one of those things that, you know, I remember, but let me just cut to the chase. My 4 years at South Carolina State, I've said it over and over, was the best 4 years of my life. If I could do it all over again, I would leave. The best 4 years of my life. When I came here, I was a boy. When I left, I was a man. And the way that I turned into being that man is all of you guys who are in this room. You lend and assist. But Willie Jeffries, you and your coaching staff instilled something, not just in me, which I am so thankful for, but for every man in this room who played. Because we're not necessarily talking about the play on the field. It's,
I'm sorry.
how did you guys help to develop us as men to go our separate ways and continue to do what you've instilled in us, and so many young people who have been influenced by your presence and you know just what you instilled in us. For me, one of the things I always remember is when kneeling down and I were here for summer school, And I'm walking past Deuce Gym, and Coach Jeffries saw me, called me upstairs, and when I came upstairs, he sat me down and told me that my father passed away. From that point on, I have to say, Coach Jeffries had another son, because he was such an influence in my life. As Donnie said, there are just so many things that he helped us on. We went through, I did not make one decision without consulting Willie Jeffries. Not one decision, because I trusted him.
He did something.
Came to agents and all that, and we can share this story now with everybody, Coach. In preparation for the NFL drafts, he made it possible for me to go up to the University of South Carolina and lift weights and build some muscle mass and so forth. Maybe there was some kind of rule he might have been bending, but it worked. It worked. And let me just say this, and I'm going to...
Statute of limitation over.
I know. I am the person that I am. And I have to say that having played in the media capital of the world, to be asked to play a position that I never played before, to play a position that was considered a thinking man's position, and to be able to play that position in such a way that I was able to go to 9 Pro Bowls, NFC Linebacker of the Year several times, to be able to go to or be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All of that is a result of what I got here at South Carolina State. And so, it's also what I got from Willie Jeffries. He was my surrogate father. And Buzzhead and crew, I'm so thankful that you guys are doing this. I know it's kind of late in the game, but you got it done. And I'm so thankful and so happy to be here to see all of these faces that I haven't seen in such a long time. And so, unfortunately, I will not be here tomorrow. So I want to make contact with everybody who is in this room before I leave. I have maybe you guys will, when I share with you, I have a relative who is undergoing hospice care right now. And so I want to spend a few hours with her tomorrow. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm skipping out on you, but I was here last week for homecoming and I played with all of you have had an impact on my life, and I hope that I've conducted myself in such a way that you guys are proud of what Donnie Shell and I have done, because quite frankly, we are your representatives. We represent our leader. So with that, I know some of you, like Larry Madison, looks like he's dozing off. Let me just say, I'm happy to see everybody here.
Yeah.
I love each and every one of you. There's a relationship that that bonds you together. And in that relationship, it bonds you together forever. So I consider all of you to be my brothers. Coach Jeffries, his coaching staff, the other members of the 73 team who are no longer here, we're all brothers.
Welcome, Curry.
All brothers. So I hope everybody has a good evening. And Sugar Ray Greer, you look down, man. You look down. But anyway, thank you all. The president is here. The president is here.
Love you. I was trying to stop. That was special. How many? You can't stay up there.
First of all, I want to give honor and praise to my Lord God Jehovah,
All that.
to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because I know the only reason I'm standing here tonight, because God has blessed me. I want to thank William, Larry, Madison, Alan Frazier, and everybody that was involved in putting this group together. What a tremendous blessing this is to see some people I haven't seen in 50 years. Absolutely incredible. You know, I just had my high school reunion in July, 50th class reunion, and I saw some people in Central South Carolina for the first time in 50 years. Absolutely impressive. Cooler Harris, Jerome Harris, he didn't make it tonight. He's my homeboy. You know, he's been sick. So I want to ask you guys to keep him in your prayers and your please. You know, when I came to South Carolina State in 1973, Coach Jeffries, he gave me a scholarship. And you know, I came to South Carolina State as a football player, but my passion was in baseball. Absolutely. I grew up in a little small town in Seneca, South Carolina. You know, I was only scouted by Coach Jeffries. He's the only one that gave me a scholarship. And Coach, I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of South Carolina State, even though I was only here for 1 year. But because I was here at South Carolina State for 1 year, it changed my life completely.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to share a few things, not very long, hopefully, that happened to me when I was at South Carolina State that allowed me to become a professional baseball player. In the summer of 1974, South Carolina State was playing in Baltimore, Maryland, against Marvin Stadium. And I hit 2 home runs. And after the game, a little short white guy walked up to me, introduced himself. He said, "My name is Walter Yaps." He said, "Willie, I'm the general manager for an amateur team in Baltimore, Maryland. And I want to invite you to come up to Baltimore and play for me during the summer of 1974. I said, "Walter, I'll think about it." I thought about it. He said, "If you come, I'll find you a job, and I'll find you a place to stay." I had a 1961 Chevy, and some of you guys probably remember that blue, jacked up Chevy that I had in South Carolina down here at the college, right? I know you guys saw it, but I got in this Chevy and I drove it 13 hours to Baltimore, Maryland. And when I got to Baltimore, Maryland together, they decided on a sport to drop, and they decided on baseball. So all of a sudden, I panicked, right? Because I knew baseball was my sport. I got Rookie of the Year, 1974 at South Carolina State. I hit .472. Now I go to Walter and I say, "Walter, South Carolina State dropped the baseball team. And I don't want to go back to South Carolina State and be a football player." I said, "I think we'll transfer and go to school." He said, "Willie," he said, "Hold up." He said, "I'm going to tell you what to do." He said, "I want you to go back to South Carolina State and talk to Coach Jeffries, the coach."
and asked him if you can go your sophomore year. He said, after your sophomore year, the first semester of your sophomore year, I want you to quit. I want you to drop out. He said, I'm pretty sure you're going to be drafted by a major league team. And you know, I know that the decision, when the school dropped baseball, it probably hurts some of the players. But what it did for me, it put me on a path of becoming a professional baseball player. So back then they had a draft in January and June. So I talked to Coach Jeffries. They allowed me to go the first semester of my sophomore year, and I didn't play football. So after the first semester, I just quit. Went home and waited for the draft. January 5th, I'm sitting at home. San Diego Padres had the first pick. And they picked Gene Richards. Anybody ever heard of Gene Richards? Absolutely. He was my teammate right down here. And the California Angels had the second pick. And guess who they picked? They picked me. But see, Walter was a scout for the Orioles. So I'm trying to figure out now, how did the California Angels draft me, right? So about 15 minutes later, I get a telephone call from Walter. And he said, Willie, I got you. I said, Walter, I thought you was a scout for the Baltimore Orioles. He said, I quit the Orioles 2 weeks ago and I went to the Angels. He said, I'll be down to Seneca, South Carolina to sign you to a baseball contract. Oh, wow. Walter came down to Seneca, South Carolina. He gave me a signing bonus of $14,500. You know, the second player in the draft today, they get millions. This was 1975, right? So what it did, it took me out of poverty. I took my mom and my sister out of the shack, and we grew up in it, and I put them in new apartments. And that $14,000 put some money in our pocket. I also know that a lot of you guys remember Willie as a stutterer.
Right. No. Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. So what is this guy doing up here speaking in front of you guys? And not stuttering, right? You know where that blessing came from? Came from my Heavenly Father. Right. I'm a public. How do you know the trials and tribulations that I've gone through and stuff like that, but it's made me a better man. And you know, when God, He want to use us, He makes us whole. And once again, you know, it's a blessing to see everybody. You know, just take it 1 year at a time. Coach Jeffrey, once again, in South Carolina State College, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this tremendous program, Coach. And you know, I can stand up here and say how you blessed my life. Other guys too. I mean, you blessed a whole lot of life, Coach. Yeah, Coach. Absolutely, you have. And you know, I just pray that God allow me to live out the rest of my days as being a motivational speaker, trying to inspire other people that have been on drugs and alcohol and stuff like that to do the great job that you've done, Coach. I really appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
One more I'm sure we'd like to take to hear. Willie Mays Aiken, as he said, he was the number 2 draft pick that year. Gene Richards went to Park Mays. That was the first time in Major League Baseball history that the first 2 players in the draft came from the same school, small South Carolina State. Yep. And he was one of our Hall of Fame, but when he was inducted, he didn't get his plaque, and at this time, we want to officially present the plaque to Willie Mays Aiken as a member of our Hall of Fame. Coach Pugh as AD come on around.
Black Ford with a flathead engine, and show you what kind of guy I was during that time. I drove it for 6 months without a battery. I had to park over here. You remember that, Coach? Man, I've had a wonderful time, I can tell you. For 50 some odd years, about 52 years I've been around here, up and down and all around, and you can imagine some of the times that we've had. It was 50 years ago that I heard It was sometime in November in a town I can't remember. I was taking home a pint of whiskey and drinking with foolish pride. When my feet began to stutter, I fell down into a gutter when a pig came up and laid down by my side. Remember that, Rick? As I lay there in the gutter, I'm thinking thoughts I dare not utter. A lady passing by was heard to say, "You can tell a man who loses by the company he chooses." And the pig got up and slowly walked away. Now, Coach and that said, and the first time I heard him speak, 50 years ago, and I can tell you there's never been a team that I've had that hasn't heard that exact poem read to them in a lot of different ways, especially when they had some kind of problem. You see Earl right there, one of my players from the Key he's shaking his head at the right time. And I can tell you that we've had, first of all, we have a wonderful time at my house after every game. And a lot of us right now tonight was playing in my living room. And Bushead and Coach and Neely and Frazier, I generally have them, they come out of the house, win or lose. It's a lot of losing here lately, but win or lose. After every game. And we sit around and we enjoy ourselves, and I got a sister-in-law who makes the best pound cake you've ever had in your whole life. So I can tell you it's 2878 Jackson Drive. I'm not going to stand up here all day and talk about Coach, because I've had a better time with him than any of y'all. I guarantee you, I can top any of y'all. Coach and I have been to every funeral, every wedding, every whatever that's been in the last 20, 30 some odd years. And we are proud of the limitations. We are really, really proud of all of you as we go around this world seeing, and then, you know what, when we journey dressed up like this, it's journey a funeral. So this is a good thing tonight that we all dressed up and ain't nobody dead. But as I sit down, I tell you, I'm getting ready to say that I got all y'all topped. Because first of all, I'm one of the few people here that's still working. The rest of y'all are retired. and I'm coming quickly, but at the same time, I appreciate you. We're going to have to get this show off the road, because I do have to go to work tomorrow. So, good evening, and y'all have a great time. I look forward to seeing y'all. Oh, one more thing. I'm giving everybody, and this is going to last for a while now. When you come back, because I like for some of you to come back more often, it's sad that it took this to get you back here. Some of you ain't been back in 50 years, okay? Wow. That's right. Wow. And I'm going to give you one ticket. Anytime you come, you get a free ticket to South Carolina State football game. Now, if you bring your wife, your kids, anybody got to buy a ticket for the rest of your crew. But we are encouraging you to come back. There's one ticket. That's all you get. And I'll try to see if I can kind of work that in with the rest of them. Well, we go from here, AD-wise and otherwise. Y'all see Coach Shell over here. He didn't make it happen for me. But at the same time, we'd love for you to come back next year and see these young, because we've got a really good group of young boys out here that's going to be really good for years to come. And I look forward to, when we do hire new guys, to seeing how they go about their business as far as being able to carry on the tradition that you guys started back in 1973. We look forward to seeing you all. And I'm excited about tomorrow. Guys, come on, let's help me. If you can help me, do anything you can. Let's get out to Morgan State Fair. Night.
Thank you, Coach P. Thank you, Willie Aikens, Harry Carson, Danny Shell, for sharing some of your memories with the group here, and we're glad you're here. Our president came in during that dinner, so we want him to come to the mic and say a few words and welcome you. Let's, our Colonel retired Alexander Carney is the 13th President of the United States of this. Fraudulent slip. 13th President of South Carolina is on
Thank you for the promotion, sir. I apologize for being late, but I really wanted to get by here and thank this group. South Carolina State is what it is because of many people in this room. Certainly all of our HBCUs can brag about academics, all 101 of the HBCUs. But there's not another HBCU can brag about its athletics programs and what you've done with our Hall of Famers, whether it's football and you're talking the #1 and #2 pick, just our athletics. That has helped us tremendously. As I travel the country, folks know South Carolina State because of the people in this room. Starting with Coach Jeffries, Coach Buddy Pugh, Donnie Shell, Harry Carson, so many others. Everyone gets the academics, but no one does it like us. And I want to thank you all for making my job easier. You've made it easier when I'm out recruiting. You've made it easier when folks had written South Carolina State off, thinking that we were on our way to closing. You've made it easy for me to tell our story across the country. And because of your legacy, because of your shoulders that we stand on, not only are we surviving, we're thriving. A little more than 18 months ago, we were down to almost less than 2,000 students on the campus. Today, our official numbers were calculated, and for this year, 3,041 students. And we've been able to do that because of the legacies that you all have carried across the country. And because we are recruiting from across the country now. Because many of you no longer live in South Carolina, but your legacy is in the state that you may reside in. So we currently have students here from 35 different states. So when we travel, we're able to tell our story. And while 3,000 is a lot to be proud of, 3,000 is the most we probably had in 15 to 20 years, it's not where we need to be. It's not where we need to be. The most students we've ever had at the university at any one given time is just that 5,000 students. Just that 5,000 students. Now I know many of us are from small towns. When we came here, it was 4,000 students, and we thought it was 10,000 students. Because I hear it all the time from alums that when I was there, we had 10,000 students. We've never had 10,000 students. But I know we can get above 5,000 students, and we're gonna work on that. You know, we're in the process of building, we're in the process of having approval for new dormitories, new academic buildings, and we're working with the governor. You know, I had a meeting with the governor a couple of weeks ago, and I laid out to him the underfunding of South Carolina State and what we need to do to make it right. I promised everyone here when I got blessed to do this job, which I never thought I would be doing as a first-generation college student from Manning, South Carolina, didn't go straight to college after high school, entered the Army as an 18-year-old. With Veterans Day this weekend, I'm reminded that I put the uniform on for the first time at 18 years old and took it off for the last time at 50. So I spent 32 years in the Army. So I'm willing to fight for this university the same way I was willing to fight for our country. And I will always speak truth to power when it comes to South Carolina State University and telling our story and making folks do right by South Carolina State. And I'm able to do that. I'm obligated to do that because of you, because of the fight that you put in to this university 50 years ago. I can't even imagine what it was like for you, what you endured 50 years ago with the underfunding, many of the same similarities. We're still fighting some of those challenges today, but we're in a much better place. We're in a much better place, and I know that we will grow beyond the 5,000 students that we had in the mid-90s, early 2000s. So again, welcome to all of you. Welcome back for those who haven't been back in a while. We're elated to have you on campus. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And Coach Pugh, you need a win tomorrow. Don't you be retired like these guys too. So I want to thank Coach Pugh for stepping up to the plate. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time for this university. And when I needed an interim AD, he said, I'll do it. And I want to thank you as we work to fill our head coaching position and our AD position. Trust, we will make the right decisions, not for me, not for Coach Pugh. We will make the right decision for South Carolina State University in very short order for a permanent AD as well as a permanent head football coach. Again, thanks to all of you. Go Bulldogs.
Thank you, Colonel Congress. At this time, we have a special memorial that's be done by William Thompson, and he's the guy that most people know spirited himself for coming up, William. Thank William for that presentation, memorializing the former players of this team who passed away. And for the coaches, any representative from the coaches are here, please raise your hand. We just have a small token we'd like to present to you. I mean the women. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But we'll be back. Okay. I was wrong, Robert. Robert, you got it.
To the point where we want to provide some recognition. We want to show our appreciation, not only for SC State athletics, and we know because of athletics, it's the reason why a lot of us are here. Without you don't want me to bring Pastor Walker up here. You know he'll hush you in the church. So we want to show appreciation to SC State athletics, because for a lot of us, athletics is what got us here, got us a college education. I will own with the fact that the coaches saw enough of us to bring us in here and try to bloom and make something out of us, which they did. They instilled a lot of character, devotion, hard work, and all that we took with us when we left here, from the professors all the way down to our spouses, to help us go out and be better people in the world today. So we want to give a lot of thanks to that. We want to give thanks to your teammates who we learned a lot from. They helped develop us, they loved us, and cared for us when we were having those hard things. And they stood behind us in the trenches when things got tough. But in the fourth quarter, we all banded together and we were able to get 7 in a row victories to become the spoilers of everybody's homecoming. If I could steal a note from Coach Jeffrey, we brought out on the float to the homecoming. But we have to give appreciation to the coaches. Because when Coach Jeffries came, he took a group of us that we were kind of spread out all apart. Sometimes we walked by the sidewalk and didn't speak to each other. But he brought us together as a team. He and the coaches brought us together and made us work together as a team. We know we didn't like 5 o'clock practices, but once we got the taste of victory, they couldn't stop us. Well, that taste of victory we had, we all started before the same age. We all realize that nobody can beat us. Just look what come out of us. Look what came out of all of us. Like it made us better than what we are. And it was all there. And so you can look at each and every one of us and say, teammate, we did it. We had a good leader. We had somebody that provided us great leadership and development. And then it got the most out of us, and we performed like a well-oiled team. So thank you, coaches, for all you did. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for taking care of us. The points that some of us got to a point where we didn't know we were graduating or not, and that we weren't going to finish in 4 years, above and beyond the coach's responsibility, above and beyond Coach Jeff's responsibility, he reached out to us with love. And made it wait for us, made it wait for us to get an extra kid, and then wait for us to finish. When we were in trouble, he got us out. And even to his wife, who mentored a lot of us, kept us on the straight and narrow, and made us, and tried to get us to do everything we could do. She helped us tremendously. And we know she's got a birthday that's coming, and with the birthday that's coming, and the appreciation she did for all of us in helping us, we have a set of roses to recognize her. Ms. Jeffries and all the coaches' wives and family, you sacrificed giving them to us, and they spent long hours in the room, and we thought we were out there long. They were burning oil late at night in Luke's gym, and then and the lights, and if the bulb went out, they got the janitor fixed because they wasn't finished wiping it. So they did a lot to help us. But you did a lot as a trainer. You stood up to the test. You, my fellow teammates, came to the cause. You helped start this ball to roll to say it's a dynasty that STXU. So I want you to applaud yourself for all your hard work. And to that degree, as we started this journey, we had a little thing floating around about an idea of trying to pull people together. And Mr. William Thompson grabbed the idea and championed it, brought together a steering committee, worked to bring about this appreciation, and it developed into a situation where we could give back to the school in a donation. And a lot of you team members gave to open the door to make it successful for us to make a donation to the school athletics to further the development of their facility and the dedication and appreciation of the academics for the student athlete. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, and you should give each and every one of yourself an applause for what you did. And we can do it again. We'll tell you what we think that amount is going to be. You're going to deliver tomorrow at the stadium, and we want you all to be there to have fun. So with that being said, I guess I can say my words can never be undone to praise your actions, your willingness to go the extra mile, you showing up at 5 o'clock practices even though we didn't want to, dedication to the process, and what it turned out to be is success.
Don't forget to count
Successful in every mode, business owners, as teachers, as principals, as business people, as Hall of Famers, as baseball success. A lot of people went over to the pros. There's McCarthy went to the Rams. Snake got drafted, went in as a free agent. All of that came because of all the hard work and support of your teammate. So to that, recognize yourself, and in the program you'll see each and every one of your names, Chris. And I'd like to salute each and every one of you. Willie Aiken, Tommy Brown, Rudolph Bryant, just kind of stand up or wave your hand. Harry Carson, Stanley Clinchdale, Neil McDouglas, Eron Edwards, Vernon Foster, Charles Goodwin, Sugar Ray Greer, Donald Hager, James Campbell, Charles Haynes, Thomas Holliday, Larry Deuce James, Willie E. Jeffries, our leader, Jerome Johnson, Leroy Mason, Larry Madison, Darius McCarthy, Ingrid Bigley, Oliver Pugh, and our teammate Oliver Pugh, no, then we routed up Oliver Pugh, he was going to be out here. So we took high school checks, one championship here, and I remember every day of the 12 hours lunch, there was a special place by the city, by the wooden bleachers. Coach Luke would say, "You got 30 seconds." He found the soft spot in them bricks. And look what he's become to now, and look where he's taking us. And what he's doing for you teammates, the dinner at his house, the cash bar, and the tickets for the game tonight, some of you for tickets at the game tonight, Coach Pugh has opened his heart to all of us, and he should be applauded for his hard work. James Clay. Jimmy Rogers, man that kept us fixed. Ben Samuels, our quarterback. Bobby Scale, Mr. Nick himself. Ronald Smith, number 32, Red Smith, 91 linebacker. Michael Stewart, James Stokes, number 84. Arthur Tanner, William L. Thompson, James Lee Walker, Leo Waller, our center, and Charles Wright, our left guard. I want to say thank you to all of you that came here. We have about 36 of us here today. Thank you for that. Thank you for your donation and giving. And it's not too late to give even more if you would like to. And so now I talk to you like I'm going to my seat. Thank you, team.
Good job,
Let's go.
Thank you, Al. And now for the crew of as they say, we're going to bring up Neely Don, who's the starting fullback on this team, to introduce our featured speaker for the evening. Neely.
Thank you. When you sit back, here's all the new thing, which kind of big fast to me. Enjoy which is living by the thing.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see all of you here, especially the members of the 1973 football team. It's hard to believe it's been 50 years since Coach Jeffrey's first year here at South Carolina State University. It's indeed an honor to have the opportunity to introduce him as our guest speaker tonight. So for the sake of time, I will not read his bio because it basically speaks for itself. I want to introduce him this evening with the perception of what he meant to us as members of the 1973. I'm going to use the letters in his last name. And I'm going to cover some areas, and there will be some repetition with some of the things that other speakers have said. But it's going to be that way simply because we all felt so good about Coach Jeffries and the kind of coach he was and what he did for all of us. First lesson.
This is Pam.
J, joking personality. Who better than anybody could think of jokes to tell you about anything said in a conversation? Our coach, he has a sense of humor that's from another world, so to speak. And I never heard him tell two jokes the same. He always had something new when he was telling his jokes. Next letter, letter E. I don't think anybody would disagree that Coach is not energetic. During the football season, every day at noon, he's on the track running. He took his health to heart. You can see him running up, you would see him on campus to visit Professor Jeffries in the guidance department area. He always had that one piece of white paper in his back pocket. He was always upbeat, always had a smile on his face, and was always willing to do whatever he could to make us better. Next letter. Family oriented. we look here tonight, he has his family here with him. His kids have grown up. Mrs. Jeffries has always been by his side. If you ever see Coach Allen, there's no need to worry, because Miss Jeffries is always close by us. What a beautiful family. I have the utmost respect for the Lewis, and I wish them nothing but great yes. That's land. We've heard this, quite a bit. Father figure. I think every player on the team could tell a story about what Coach Jeffries has done for them. He was always there. He was very good about giving you opportunities to become a better football player, to do what you were asked to do, be a person that can be trusted. He was always there for us. And I'll never forget the times that I've had opportunities to spend with him and have gotten on him. He always wanted what was best for us. And that should always and will go along the way with all of us. And I want to say this to you, and I say it jokingly, but whenever Coach was talking with an athlete, one of our members on the team, and they may have been saying some things that were not true. If you ever looked down at your feet, you knew you were lying. Always, could do that. He's listening to you. If he looks down at your feet, he knows you're not telling the truth. And in the long run, that's not going to be good for you. But Coach, thanks for everything. Typically, with us, we are away from all the even found to a lot of it was still. Yes, you. Remarkable. Outstanding achievement. Looking at that biologist, who has those kind of achievements, but they are always even king. He's never gone to the state. He doesn't boast about it. He just continues to be himself. He's admired by so many people, and so many people are always willing to work with him. He's never met a stranger. And I don't know if you've ever had an opportunity to be out with him, but what he does, everybody knows him. So I can understand Miss Jeffries. A lot of times I've seen her with him, and he gets stopped over to things again, just as they go out across the other. That's what. There's a unique way of doing things for the better. You've heard it's mentioned about our morning practices, 12 minutes long, weekly game report checks. He started that one, and he was here, so it was no more. Coach, I've been going to class, my grades are good, my teachers know I'm doing a good job. Once a week, you guys remember it, we had to take those progress sheets out to the teachers and to let us know, let him know. He's also pretty slick with the bed check. We had some dudes that thought they were slick, so Coach, they would come by, say, at 9 or 10 o'clock, 2 hours later, they come back. Yeah, some guys, bed check is over, I can go out and that didn't work. Took us. Exceptional coach, you heard that all night. Our first year, 73, 7-2-1, coming off a 1-9 season. Got an opportunity to play in the ongoing classic against FAMU. Coach was a great communicator. He knew how to and Coach was a very good disciplinarian, but as a head coach, he knew who we needed to hire. All of them know Coach Sam Goodman. So he took care of any problems that may come up. The coach would chat with you all along. He knew that he's going to turn you into Coach Goodman. And the one thing that he did best, one of the many things that he did, he enjoyed creating pain. You have to know what I'm talking about. Me, honestly, it was tough for me to get you to run those gases, do those fifths, and all that other stuff. I didn't want any dealings with Coach Goodman. You know, I had to practice at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because he didn't play. Without a doubt. Coach, we believe in you. You started a winning tradition here. All loves my birthday, sang for last 5. He is spiritually driven. S stands for spiritually driven. This one is really self-explanatory. There is no way that Coach would have all of these activities. He had them right in his phone. So with that, I will say at this time, I present to you with abundance of glory all suckers. Our coach, legendary with me,
Neely, thank you so very much. Neely, you have just gone down in history. Of all of my introduction, yours is the most recent. So thank you. Some of you didn't get that. To President Conyers, to our interim athletics directors, Coach Pugh, to our board member, Mr. Friday, and students, our state club, I saw Mr. Art and I saw Ms. Vernon, they're all here. And not to leave anybody out of the greeting of salutation, most of all, the 1973 Bulldog. All right. You know, this makes me feel young to see all of you here tonight. You all don't know what this means to me because I'm in the 4th quarter of my life. And I told the little boys I was speaking to that I'm in the 4th quarter of my life. And I said, but thank God I'm not to the 2-minute warning yet. One little old boy looked up and said, no, Coach, you're going to play overtime. I certainly appreciated that. You all started it all. This school and President Conyers, we are diverse. Yes, we're known for football. We're known, but we're also known for academics. We're diverse. You just can't be a one way. So now, I wanted to say I was not the first choice, and Hamp, you already told it. They tell things, and Buddy Pugh, you got it big, you got it down just right. But I was going to tell about Sugar Ray Grill. Sugar Ray took one of the semi-beautiful cheerleaders down behind the funeral home. I say semi-beautiful. And declared his intention. He didn't know this young lady. She was from Beaufort, pretty smart down there, and she had elementary, middle school, high school, South Carolina State University. She had never made a B in her life. Straight, I mean a 4.0 perfect. Buddy Pugh, you never made a B either. This young lady told him in response what he asked about. She said, I'm afraid that my awareness of your proclivity for the esoteric aspects of sexual behavior precludes you from any such erotic confrontation. She said, I don't get it. She said, that's what I just told you. One of y'all You know, when you're in coaching, you run into all kinds of things. We were recruiting a young man. It was down below Atlanta, and when we got there, it was during Christmas. His mama said he's over in the church. Big John, we were so happy he's at church, and got over there, and old Big John was on the choir stage, singing a Christmas carol. We were just so happy. Leon, Leon, and Mama said, turn that book around, boy, that's Noel. but he could read, write, draw, and trace. He could read, write, draw, and trace. He could spell about back. So he was admitted to school. I'm really not, I'm just going to speak for a few minutes. I thought that first I'd just be honored and sit over there and enjoy, but then my speech I'll just cut it real short. People will assemble when Elizabeth Taylor told each of my 8 husbands, I won't keep you long. Now, let me, Dr. Lumpkins, where are you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now he was on the committee that hired. And I keep
Hey.
He was a student representative from the Banquet, and so I keep asking him. I wanted to know who voted against me, so I could get him.
And what did I tell you?
You told me I hated me. He said,
No, I told you God put you, boy.
well, that's the truth. Well, I already knew that. But anyway, let me fill you in on something to let you know that money is not everything. But I was equate the year with the money now, because you're going to think I'm on my food stamps and everything. I was making $24,000 per year at the University of Pittsburgh as an assistant coach. Came here as head coach for 16. Lost 8 back in 72. But money is not everything. Now, we did have a free house and free utility. And but I know that didn't cost $8,000. And because of you, so we had 3 children in one room, we were the other room, and it was tight. Furniture sitting out on the lawn. So we had to put it in storage, and then it got soiled over there. 7, 2, and 1 because of you guys. Dr. Ness came down, put us in a 4-bedroom house up on Lavelle and Russell Street. We had it made, finally. But I was able to appease my wife. But money is not everything, and that's a lot of money to lose. Now, when we lost to Bethune-Cookman 13-7, we had already tied A&T 14-14. They thought Hornsby Howland I had the game fixed, like Wally Buss and Bear Bryant. But it was 14-14. Now, Howard had a pretty good team that year. We lost it out. And gentlemen, that was what caused Mr. Harry Carson the 5:30 p.m. Harry gonna tell me one morning, the stars are out. I said, yeah, that's the Big Dipper. But we're not gonna bring up countdown. That was what started the morning practice. You guys could read, write, draw, and trace, but your assignments, we needed to really work on assignments, and you all know that's what we did in the morning. We got our assignments down, then we were ready to go. So that was why we started that. And that was when you all realized the 3 C's. Competency plus commitment equals championship. Competency plus commitment equals championship. You all were competent. You all were competent. You knew your assignments because of the 5 a.m. You were strong. Coach Goodwin saw to it. After Alcorn blew us off the ball that day, Coach Sam Goodwin saw to it that we were stronger than anybody else. So, you were confident. Competency is not worth a hoot if you're not committed. You all were committed. You had a zeal and a zest for playing football. You had to. You guys were like the man they pushed off on the top of the Empire State Building when he passed the floor next to the ground and said, "I still got a chance." Well, wasn't looking for a chance. Competency plus commitment. That was when the 3 C's started, and I told y'all we had to build winning attitudes, didn't I, Bill Hamilton? That was my statement. You have to learn how to win. So competency plus commitment equals the championship. Now, I told you I wasn't going to be up here but a couple minutes. I think, I don't know who holds the record for the night. All of you are here because of the choices you make. Every last one of us in this room, we are here because of the choices that we made. God gave us the power to love, plan, create, and dream, but the greatest power he gave us was the power to choose. Choose the attitude that you're going to take about your lives. And I often told the guys, your attitude and not your aptitude will determine your altitude on this stage. Yeah. Well, y'all got it figured. Y'all hardly know.
We give it away home.
But that was what we often said, the choices you made. You could choose to go left or you could choose to go right. And I would always say birds of a feather flock together. Good birds, good destination, bad birds, bad destination. So we were able to make it with the 3 C's. Now, I told Harry Clausen and Dunn I was going to speak for 9.5 minutes. So y'all can time me on that. The coaching staffs, and I'm going to put an S on it because of our other, they believe that success has no zip code. Success has no zip code. It didn't matter to us if you came from a mansion, 4-bedroom mansion on the hill, or 1.5-bedroom house in the valley. It did not matter. Because your coach was one, we were diverse. We came from all types of families. And your coach was, my daddy died when I was 4 years old, mother never remarried, and you talking about being poor. We had to put Kool-Aid on layaway. Some of you didn't know but we saw to it that success has no zip code. And we wanted all, the guy told Harry Carson, the doctor, when he got his physical, he's coming to South Carolina State to get his physical. Harry was scuffling around in his pocket to get the money out. I think either Ruth or one of them had given him the money. Then the doctor said, "No, son, keep it. Go and make something out of yourself." And you know, when things happen like that, it encourages you. And Willie Mays Lincoln, you were a great baseball player, but and Willie, and he did play. He was on the field in football, and I think in the A&T game he got in about 30 plays. Y'all know I kept record of your pluses and minuses until Sugar Ray graded that play at that time down there. I can't put on that what Sugar Ray put on that. And I told him about Sugar Ray, you can't do that. Okay, to Coach Simon, Coach Carson, Coach Davis, Coach Chip Johnson, Coach Sam Goodwin, and Coach Ben Black, who came in 75 to 76. Those are the guys, and they have representatives here tonight, and it was all of us as a team. It was Willie Jeffries, the coaching staff, which I was one, all of the professors on campus, because they pitched in to help us when I convinced them that this is your team, it's not mine, it's not our coaching. This is our team, and everybody got involved when I told them about teamwork. That you can pitch a no-hit game, but it's just another loss if the errors of your teammates put opponents' guns across. You might be a brilliant runner, pass and kick with easy grace, but you missed the winning touchdown if one teammate is out of place. So in the sporting world of business at South Carolina State or our Mill, nothing can produce a winner like a little teamwork with. You guys played together as a team. And you know, isn't it great when you come out in this stadium and everybody on one side pulling for one thing, and all the people on the other side pulling for one thing? That is so great. They used to say that you couldn't get us together in one thing, that was doing the Macarena in the same step. You know, we were pulling for our team. So to all of you tonight, I leave my congratulatory, whatever, message to all of you. And let me say this too. We got Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they drove down here, Jerome. Back there they drove all the way. I told them they need some Vaseline to put on their time. And Martin, you live in where? Philadelphia. He lives in Philadelphia. Be careful, watch your door, take your battery. My tribute to you guys, and my tribute to all of you. You don't know what it means to see this group. Because we didn't have, I think we had about 70 on the team, 14 have passed, and we got 30 something years, so about an 85% turnout, which is good. Sugar Ray, you know 5 out of every 4 people don't know fractions. Some of you didn't catch that. I said 5 out of every 4 just don't know fractions. Well, that's 4/5. 0.80, right? Ernest, watch out for that light bulb. Ernest, if you have a problem, tune in at 11 o'clock at night. Now, Ernest does Buddy Pugh's show on Fox, and they do a great job. He and Troy back there to catch Buddy, and Buddy always lights it up. Okay, I know some of y'all are sleeping. To our team, I turned 86, and I'm in pretty good shape. And the only thing I suffer with the gout, it hurts and hurts bad, and my big toe. And other than that, when I scared him the other day, my heart rate went from 70 down to 40. You died then, but the doctor got it, gave me some magnesium, brought everything up. So I'm gonna be around for a while. So you guys stay straight, because I'm still the coach. My tribute to all of you, and I thank you for coming out. I watched them tearing a building down, a group of men in a busy time. With the whole heave-ho and a lusty yell, they swung a beam in a side wall field. I asked the foreman, are these men skilled? Are they the type of men I would hire if I had to build? The foreman laughed and said, no, indeed, common labor is all I need. I could easily reckon a day or two what it has taken builders years to do. So I am sure all of you have said to yourselves as you've gone on your way, which of these roles will you decide to play? Will you be a builder who work with care, measuring lines by rule and square? Or will you be a wrecker who will roam the town, content with the labor of tearing down? All of you. And I want to say that South Carolina State and the coaches had a part in this, because the 73 team, all of you are builders, and we thank South Carolina State University. And thank you all.
Big game for Thank you, Coach, for always sharing your wit, your humor, and your wisdom. We appreciate you. We're at the end of the program. William Thompson gonna come up. But before he comes up, Coach Jeffries mentioned a couple of guys. Troy Davis, who's the producer of the Buddy Pugh Show, and of course Ernest Robinson, he's the play-by-play guy for our radio network, and he also is he's the host of the Buddy Pugh Show. And we'd like to thank Jordan Johnson, who was on the computer for us tonight. We appreciate you guys. And now we're going to turn it over to the young man who may not conceive this program, but he took it him and hard and did a really great job. William Thompson.
All right.
We're at the end, and I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to especially thank the Skate Club, all the members of the board, especially Coach Jeffries and his family, Buddy and his family. And at this time, we attempted to raise some money. And we have a check. Albert's going to bring the check. Unfortunately, we don't have nothing on the check.
Black check.
But thanks to all of you, tomorrow at halftime, you will present the school with a check for $30,000.
All right. He said what?
And that's from all of us, especially for Coach Jeffries, and for us. And I'll see you all at the game tomorrow.
All right.
And after that, we'll be at Buddy's house. And after, if anybody I missed, I don't want to miss anybody. After the announcements.
I would just tell you, look on the back of your program. You see on the back of the program, the donors and the people who contributed. There's on the fact there's also recognition for the special for special people that helped us out throughout this process.
And on that point, is anybody that would like to do more? You'll continue to take your donation. Now, immediately afterwards, I will be passing out, Brandon has made available a ticket for every player to attend the game tomorrow. So before you leave, I'll be outside that door with those tickets so that we can all gather together. And I already told us where we'll be at the stadium and everything. And I know everybody's ready to go. So you all have a great night. Now, Darius, where are you? We're gonna need you to come up. And before we do that though, I forgot, we always have that one thing we need to do. We need to sing our alma mater.
Before those bad voices, those good voices start, in recognition.
Such a time like this. Want to take a moment to reflect on those who have made it possible for us to be here. Want to give a shout out to Honorable James Blackburn, President Conyers, William Thompson, the one who put it all, Thompson who put it all together. Coach Willie Jeffers, our mentor who helped all of us over the years. Alvin Frazier, William Hamilton, Dr. James Walker, Coach Buddy True, Coach, we're behind you 1,000% tomorrow. And we'll be praying that God will bless you with another win. Johnny Shell, Harry Costa, Willie Aiken, Nellie Dunn, and we all 1973 South Carolina State Bulldogs, SC State family and friends. We are here together, all links in the chain, let down by God from heaven to save the world in our various capacities. Some scale high, some scale low, some keep scaling, no matter where we go. And I hope and pray that as we bring this program to a benediction, we will pray to God that He will continue to bless all of us, that we will be able to go out on the field tomorrow with Willie Jeffers, our coach, honor him. In a minute. Shall we stand as we pray to our Father? Heavenly Father, we thank you for all that you have given us. We are without a doubt blessed people. We were blessed to have been students of this great SC State University. And we are blessed to be here after 50 years. We thank you for the memories, especially the ones that seem to grow better over the years. We thank you for the memories we have of this institution and other fine people we came to know here. Not only fellow students, but the dedicated servants who taught us and cared for us and brought us to the point of commencement. We thank you for the gifts that you have given us. We have actually tried to develop these gifts, and we are still trying to keep on keeping on. We thank you for the hips and the knees and other parts that have served us and have miraculously survived the wear and tear of all these years. We thank you for the wrinkles and the many shades of hair color presented tonight. There are some here tonight who are thankful to have any hair at all. Help us to see our age and still another way to honor you and bless the ones we love. Please forgive us not only for the mistakes we made all those years ago when we were students, but also for the little lies sometimes we may have told tonight. You know the truth about us, and it's never as flattering as we make it sound. God, for all of our successes and failures, our joys and defeats, our good times and bad, we give you thanks. And we trust that you have still more in store for all of us, perhaps the best times of all. We pray all this in the name of the one who saved us, even as we thought we were doing it all ourselves. In Jesus Christ our Lord. Let everyone say amen? Amen. Amen. Amen.